Hi, friends. Missy Mom back with Kind Academy, talking to you today about Black history from a decolonized perspective for early elementary students. And we are in class number 2. It's exciting to have you back. I hope that you enjoyed the first session. Do you remember anything from the first session? If you do, you can pause me and talk about it, maybe with your friend or with your adult. If you have the project from the last session, make sure you post it in the classroom if you haven't already, or you can go ahead and send it over to me. And I'm super proud of you for coming to class number 2. Thanks for being here. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So today we are learning about some amazing African kingdoms or empires. Last week we talked about an amazing African empire, or in our first class we talked about our amazing African empire called Mali and a lot more. If you haven't watched that video yet, please go ahead and grab it. But today we're going to be talking about some more. And the first kingdom we talked about last week was Mali. We talked about Kush, and we talked about some other ones. And we learned the word empire. And empire is basically a really big city that's controlled usually by one ruler, okay? Now, there were a lot of African empires. They were a lot, all right? We know that they left behind something called a lot of architecture. Can you say that word, architecture? Architecture. Do you know what that means? Have you ever heard that word before? Can you tell me what it means? Well, if you said architecture or the things that people build, you'd be right. What kind of things do you build? Do you build anything ever? Have you ever built with maybe Legos or maybe on Minecraft or Roblox if you play that game? But any game where you build or maybe even magnet tiles, right? That makes you an architect. You like to make architecture, right? Those are the things that you like to build, maybe with blocks, things like that. If you'd like, you can tell me or tell your adult what your favorite type of architecture is to do. Okay, let's move on. Today, we're going to be learning about some more amazing African kingdoms and their architecture, okay? So the things that they built, all right? So let's get started. All right, the first thing we're going to talk about today is a place called ancient Axum. They left behind some wonderful things called obelisks. Can you say obelisk? You can unmute and we can say it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Obelisk. That's right. Axum is still located in a place called Ethiopia. Can you say Ethiopia? That's a pretty big word, I know. Storytellers say this empire was started by somebody by the name of Queen Makeda. Isn't she beautiful? I love her crown so much and her jewels, right? And this is what they built in her empire. This is called an obelisk, okay? These are more obelisks, all right? And this obelisk is a pretty famous one in the United States. Have you ever seen it before? Have you ever heard about it? It's called the Washington Monument, right? And this one was made based off of the ones in Africa, but this one is in the continent of America in a place called Washington, D.C. That is the capital of our country, and this is where they have a George Washington monument called an obelisk, okay? So if you ever go there, or if you drive through there, or you ever go to see the White House, this is right around the corner from the White House. It's pretty close by to each other, okay? So that is an obelisk in America, and this is the obelisk from Axum in Ethiopia, okay? Now, let's make our body like obelisks. If you want, you can stand up and put your hands really, really high into the sky, like you're trying to reach the sun. I'm gonna do that now. It's a good way to get exercise, and it's a great way for me to remember the places I'm talking about. So this is my obelisk. Can't really see my arms. If I get too far, I'm gonna lose my headphones. Or you could do it like this. This is an obelisk, okay? Awesome. Can you stretch, stretch, stretch? Way up, maybe get on your tippy toes, like you're trying to reach the sun. That is an obelisk. Great job. Excellent job. Obelisk. All right, let's talk about the next ones. The next one we're going to talk about today is Great Zimbabwe. It's another type of architecture, and it was in a place called Zimbabwe, or is in a place called Zimbabwe because there's still some of it still left. Do you want to see what it looks like on the inside? Awesome. All right. 1 second. I'll get that going for you. Well, I hoped you liked that video and I hope that it worked okay for you. That is what the inside of the Great Enclosure in Zimbabwe looked like. That was a type of architecture from that amazing country of Zimbabwe. Okay. So now let's make our bodies into great enclosures. We could either pretend like we're giving someone a hug like this, it will make a great enclosure, or we can make it like this if you want to make a smaller one. It's basically the shape of an oval. That is the great enclosure. All right. Finally, we have these, and these are what we called pyramids. You probably have heard about pyramids before. Pyramids are look just like this, and you've probably seen one pyramid from Egypt, right? But did you know that there's a place called Sudan that actually has more pyramids than they do in Egypt? Yep, that's right. And these pyramids were from an empire called Ancient Kush. All right. I'm sure you know what a pyramid looks like, but did you know that Kush had more pyramids than Egypt? Pharaoh Pi was an amazing king of Egypt, and they had an army of soldiers who were awesome with a bow and arrow when they were trying to protect their areas. Okay. So that is a pyramid. All right. Now we can make our body or our hand into a pyramid. I can make one like this. That kind of looks like a pyramid, right? Or you can make one like this. You can even see through it, or you can make one like that. All right. That is your pyramid. Yep. All right. Now that looks like a pyramid. Great job, friend. All right. So since we're here, let's do a quick quiz. I'll call out a name of a type of architecture we learned about, and you make the shape with your hands or your body. Okay, ready to go? Let's go. All right. The first one I'm going to call out is an obelisk. Do you remember what an obelisk looks like? Did you get it? Did you say this or this? Awesome if you did. Great job. All right, next up, how about a great enclosure? Do you remember what that looks like? All righty, it looks like this, right? Or like a hug, like that with an opening, right? An oval. And then finally, what about a pyramid? Can you show me what a pyramid looks like on your hands? Like that. Excellent job. You're doing great. All right. Looks like you remembered a lot of those. I'm so proud of you. Give yourself a round of applause. And finally, we have the project of the day. All right. So for the project today, we have some choices. You can either make a pyramid like the one from Ancient Kush, or make an obelisk like the one from ancient Axum, or you can make a great enclosure like the one from the Zimbabwe. And you can use anything around you or anything you need to go grab. If you want, you can pause me and go grab one. I have a pretty cool timer on this page that in class, I usually give my learners a chance to take 2 minutes and go and get one. So I will send this to you so you could do it on your own if you like. And then when you come back, you can make whatever you'd like, okay? Please make sure you share it with me so that I can see your awesome work. That is the project of the day. I've seen some kids make some amazing ones. I'll give you some ideas. A lot of my friends can use Legos. A lot of my friends like to use Play-Doh. I've seen magnet tiles. I've seen pillow pyramids. I've seen books made into obelisks. And some people just coloring the page in their workbook that I sent with this class. And you could do that too. Or you can make a pyramid out of paper, or you can make the obelisk out of paper as well. All right. Please let me know if you have any questions. That's it for us today. I hope that you enjoyed class. I will send you some music so that you can play some music while you work. And I can't wait to see you next time. Thanks for joining. Have a great day. Bye.